my fellow human beings, and welcome to episode 23 of The Best Blessed Life. I'm your best host, Kristen, and today's topic is the number 23 and me. You're also going to get a bunny bonus. It's our 3-month update, along with the update on the old dog and me as well. So, before we get started, I want to thank you all for watching. Please continue to watch, comment, share, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and please pass them along to people you know that they might help. With that being said, let me cover the two things I always go over before we truly get started. And the one is our challenges. We have 2 going on right now. It's our workout savings account. So you're paying yourself to get healthy. And then the other one is 21 or hopefully 365 days of gratefulness. And that's 3 things you're grateful for every day. Rain or shine, good or bad, and they say to try and do it the first thing when you wake up in the morning. Usually helps try and set that happiness effect, so to speak, for the rest of the day. So give that a shot. And I guess with that being said, we can kind of delve into what this episode is kind of about. Now I know 23andMe is a DNA test. And no, I'm not any long lost relative of Michael Jordan. I wish it was, but no, sadly, no. But I did work for the man, sort of, kind of, at a store called Michael Jordan Golf. And I'm wearing one of the sweatshirts today. We had uniforms, so we had polos and that kind of thing. But I want to kind of tell you what that work experience was like. It kind of goes with the number 23, which is the episode we're doing. But I also want to talk to you about how this positive word of the day affected the episode. So, well, first of all, the word of the day is rejuvenate. And it's give new energy and vigor to, revitalize. And as you saw me before I picked up the sign, I kind of did a which one should I do first? But so I decided to do the word, but I used the word rejuvenate because of something that happened with my daughter. She texts me every morning, good morning, and I text back in the morning and I said, I'm filming episode 23 today. And she said, and I wish I would have wrote it down verbatim, but it was basically, it was a text, I should have looked it up. It should be Michael Jordan themed. And you should tell stories about working at Michael Jordan Golf. And I said, why? And, so that's kind of what I'm getting into now, is the why I'm telling the stories, is because she had this brilliant idea, and it does work well with the number. And yes, there was a place called Michael Jordan Golf. Actually, there were several locations. So there was a golf center, and it had like a driving range and a putting green. There might have been some other golf-related things, I'm not really sure, but there wasn't like a golf course. And then there was a retail portion, and also there was a cafe, so they did birthday parties and stuff like that too. Excuse me. And then there were 3 retail locations outside of that, and there was one in the airport. That's where I worked. Now, the biggest portion of this story is probably going to be about how long it took me to get to this job every day. It was a parking. The company paid for me to be able to park for free in the furthest lot, which is nice. But we were also in the furthest terminal away from that lot, So you had to account for another half an hour travel time, even though you were at the airport already. Like within spitting distance. I said I could have taken a plane from the parking lot and gotten there faster. Anyway, that's a story for another day. But, so this airport location, I'm looking at my basement now, and I'm saying, okay, my basement might have been bigger than the airport location. And it was all windows in the front, so people walked by, they could see all of the merchandise, and we had TVs in the windows. And to this day, I cannot watch Space Jam or listen to Salt and Pepper's What a Man, What a Man, What a Man, What a Mighty Good Man. Yeah. That triggers because, don't get me wrong, loved it, but Space Jam was put on so that I didn't have to hear the Salt and Pepper thing all the time, because that was just a loop continuously throughout the day, which in some effects worked great because it would keep looky-loos from stopping in front of the store and standing for long periods of time without coming in. The loop kind of got them into the door a little quicker. But I could not listen to the music, so I would either have it on mute or play the Space Jam video. And as you probably can figure out, I played the Space Jam video a lot more. Okay. No bigger than my basement, and my basement's not that big. I can't even give you square footage because I'm not good at that. And that included a back room that when you walked in was probably big enough for maybe 2 people if they were standing. We had something to hold our coats on this side. There was a shelf with a microwave on it on that side. There was a safe. I want to say we sat on the safe, but somehow it's in that section, and there's a little like piece of laminated countertop kind of set up over something. And then there were shelving units that had all kinds of like books of running the store and that kind of thing, and ledgers of all different sizes. But anyway, so you really couldn't have 2 people in the back room, but that's where you ate your lunch or whatever. And after you walk 80 miles to find food, a lot of people just brought food. Well, there was a fridge. The fridge. I don't know why that just came to me. Anyway, we had a little fridge too, sorry. So yeah, and in that time frame, so I worked for them from 97 to 99. And in that time frame, I got pregnant with my son, Jordan. No effect really. I was going to name my child Jordan, whether I worked for Michael Jordan or not, but it just happened to work out that way. But the store was not that big either. I'm going to say my basement was probably bigger than the front portion of the store. And I came in as an assistant manager. I was hired as assistant manager, but the store manager left, and I put my name in there and became the store manager pretty quickly after I started. Changed some things around, made it visually more appealing, and started to do some money. And, well, it didn't hurt, let's say, that they started to win championships again. And Michael Jordan had come back from his retirement, and so it didn't really hurt us that was all happening also. I'm going to give it a big kudos, actually, because we did carry signed basketballs, and we had a whole, like, golf set that said Michael Jordan Golf on it. I believe he had signed it. We had all this stuff at the airport, but we would ship it to people. We wouldn't make them take it with them on the airplane or anything. So what can I tell you about this store? I did really well. I got bonuses 2 years in a row. I got cash the first year, and then the second year, they sent me to Kurt and I to Cancun for, I don't know, I think it was 4 days or something, which was really nice. The other thing that really helped us out a lot, now picture the smallest store you can envision, with regular customers in there all the time. And then you have the employees, which depending on the time of day would be 1 to 3, sorry. In the morning it was just one employee, usually me. Throughout the day, 2 to 3, maybe 4 if it was a weekend. Anyway, then we would have, in addition, these large Japanese tour groups. They loved Michael Jordan. They called him the Giant, or they still might, I don't know. But that's what the tour guide lady was telling me, how much they loved him and called him the Giant and all this stuff. And we got to a point where we got on a really good connection with her. And I said, if you could just do me one favor and call me and let me know you're bringing in a group, because then I can have more employees, and I could kind of maybe close the store or not open the store yet, depending on what time of day it was, to accommodate, because they would stand around and not just buy tons of things, which I loved, but they would also just stand in the store and look at all the stuff, and I would have to kindly kick them out because there wasn't this room to move. So this first story is that I was probably 9 months pregnant with Jordan and waddling throughout the airport. I'd gained 60 pounds, so I can't imagine if I didn't waddle through the airport how much weight I would have gained. Anyway, and I'm the only morning person, and here she comes, probably the biggest Japanese tour group I'd ever seen. And I told her, I'm like, oh my gosh, what did you just do? You just did. I said you were supposed to, call the store and let us know you were coming. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I completely forgot. Oh my gosh, I couldn't tell you how many people were in this group. A ginormous amount of people, and I was the only person. The one guy that was supposed to come and help me didn't show up. And so as I'm basically trying to observe the store, ring up customers, I'm calling my boss and I'm saying, help! Because not only am I ringing as fast as I possibly can, and back then the 10-digit thing, man, I was on it, because you didn't have, I think we might have had a scanner. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, I had to pee I can't even envision anymore. It was just, he was rolling around and my bladder was full, and there was, I'm like, and I said, get your ass here now or I'm gonna pee myself. Because we actually had to leave the store, lock up and leave the store to go to the bathroom down the hall. So, yeah, there was no room for a bathroom in this store. So, yeah, I was a little, not in the best state. Needless to say, by the time we got there, the tour group's gone. I bolted out the door, and I told them, I think I have $11,000 in sales in an hour and, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes. If that tells you anything. And I don't know that they bought a lot of basketball stuff. I don't think. Anyway, I'm trying to remember all my stories here. So that's one aspect of the store that I kind of wanted to cover before I got into other exciting things that I got to do, besides the bonuses, which were really cool. Just the people in the airport that I got to meet were amazing. First, I met a ton of local celebrities, like news people. Kathy Brock used to be Channel 7 news anchor, and oh my gosh. Oh, the first one that has become a little bit more of a big deal was, and I think he was still in Chicago at the time, and I didn't have anything for him to write on, so I gave him a receipt. But this is, I don't know if you can see. Oh, stop blurring, camera. It says, to Kristen, all the best, Lester Holt. And it says CB2. I don't know why he didn't put CBS. Might have been in a hurry. I don't know. He was buying stuff, which was really cool. But there was also a few other people that came through the airport that, I saw Jim McMahon running through the airport in flip-flops. He didn't stop, but I was going to run after him. I did chase after him for a bit to see what gate he was going to, but it worked out that his plane was actually, like, ready to take off. So I couldn't even, like, wait till he settled down to get his autograph. The Bulls, at one point, some of the kind of, I don't want to say secondary players, but so you had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, but these were like, it was like Ron Harper and, oh gosh, I can't think of who else it was. Anyway, there was like 3 of them over at the Wolfgang Puck's that was directly across the street from the store, and they were sitting there watching the movie. I could tell. That was fun. But I also met, Cheech Marin was my first celebrity that came to the store, probably I was there for like 2 weeks before somebody actually that I'd seen on TV was in the store, and he was in there with like his 5-year-old son or something. I was keeping the son entertained, and he was looking around, and he was just a really nice guy. I think he said something about, thanks for keeping my son entertained. I said, no problem, anytime. I think I said that. And initially I didn't know who I was talking to, and all that time I said, sure, no problem. And then I looked up, like, I'm like, oh, hey, how are you? And that's all I could get out. You think he was in a hurry at that point. But I'm like, it's so nice to meet you. I don't even think I shook his hand. I think he was on his way out. Anyway, so that was my first celebrity. And then Kathy Brock. And then Robert Urich was another one who was on TV back in the day. He's passed away since from cancer, I believe. But he was on shows like Vegas and Spencer for Hire. And he was super nice. Very, very nice guy. Okay, and some of the other ones I met. But I wanted to cover what I had them signing when they came into the store. It was like my signature move, was I'd grab the Michael Jordan golf catalog. It's not really a catalog, it's more a brochure. And I would have them sign it so that, I don't know, it was like I'm remembering this. So I was purging some things, and this idea of the show came up, and it helped me to purge some more boxes. So thank you, Peyton, for making me work a little more so that I could find and hopefully save. Thank goodness I checked, because they're starting to get a little bit of water damage. But you can't tell who this is, and he didn't put his like name, and it's like right here across Michael Jordan's shirt. It's Jim Courier. He's a tennis player back in the day. And then there was this soap opera star that was on General Hospital. I think he's been on a couple of the CBS ones now. His name is Steve Burton. And he wrote, Kristen, nice to meet you, Steve Burton. And then he put a little heart over here. So that was fun. I think that was probably like my second celebrity. It had to have been because I was still watching soap operas then. But then, okay. So we had people that would come by. Stedman would come by, Oprah's boyfriend? I don't know what they were considered. Anyway, would stand outside and watch the TVs. I don't know that he ever came in when I was there. He might have. I don't know. Celine Dion came into the store with her husband and possibly an assistant or some sort of bodyguard type person. And I want to say there were a couple. Oh, Wu-Tang Clan came in, and I don't know the main guy's name anymore. But he bought the big golf club set with Michael Jordan's signature on it. I sold it to him, and I think that was probably in the 2000 range. I don't remember. Basketballs were like, I don't know, 150, 175, 275. I don't remember anymore. Ooh, that seems so cheap. No offense, Michael. Anyway, so one of the biggest kicks that I used to get out of working in the airport was the fact that this person would come through, I feel like, at least once a week. If he didn't stop and look at the TVs or peek in the windows just off to the side and check it out or whatever, he would pop his head in the door and say, hey. And he was just the sweetest person that I never met, believe it or not, because I was too chicken. So I had a guy that I worked with one day when this person was standing off to the side. I said, can you just go ask him to sign this for me? I'm just too nervous. I don't know, did I end up could be making that up. Anyway, so he comes back in and he hands it to me, and I don't know if you're even going to be able to tell because he kind of flubbed my name, but that could have been my employee's fault. But it is Walter Payton's signature. It goes whoop, that way. And then right here's a little happy face, but right about here, and it's super duper light, it says 34, I can't do it the right way, 34, and the part of the 3 makes the smiley face. It kind of goes boop, 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 I'm off camera. It goes boop, boop like that, and then swirls around into a happy face. So that is like one of my prized possessions. That I have his autograph, and I'm very thankful to that employee that went and got it for me because, like I said, very nervous about doing that. And then probably the most exciting celebrity I met was Michael Jordan himself, and I met him 2 times, I believe. They do an annual golf not tournament, what do they call it? Let me put on my glasses for a second here, because I have some pictures. They're not very good, but I'm trying to see. Alright, so this is the golf center here in the background, and there's Michael. Boop, boop. I can't do camera work here. There's Michael, and these are the kids that I don't know what they had to do. I think they were underprivileged kids, so I don't know if they had to do anything to win a spot to play. I think they all have putters. Yeah, they all have putters. They might have all gotten gloves from us too. I don't even know anymore. But there he is putting. Super, super tall dude. Here he is, closer. I can't get the angle right. Oop. So that's how close I was to him. And I don't know. He was a very nice guy. Very funny. There's some more of the kids. What does it say? Michael Jordan Golf Center Camp Challenge. So they had summer camps, I think, too. So maybe that was something where they won something. This is like the gate guard part of the. Golly, I can't think of what it's called. Like the front of the going into the golf center. That's where they held it, obviously. There's pictures that they had in the golf center. There's him getting his putt in, I think. So, super nice guy. And then I say the second time I met him was for the same thing. And we actually had a conversation this time. So he was in the retail location, and a lot of the employees were in there. He was ordering lunch. I want to say it was tuna. And he said, hold the onion. And I said to him, hold the onion? You can't have tuna without onion. You can't. It was like tuna salad. You can't have tuna salad without onion. He goes, yeah, I know, but it gives you or some about bad breath, and I said, that's what Tic Tacs are for. He goes, Altoids are way better. And then, I don't know if that point I shook his hand, or during that conversation we shook his hand. I don't know. But it was ginormous, for one thing. And it was the softest hand ever on the planet, I think. And, I also have this is actually physically a worn Michael Jordan golf glove. He wore it. He gave it one to me and one to the girl I worked with. I worked with some great people too. The girls on my staff that I worked with, even some of the boys, but some of them are a little rough and you know it. But I had a great group of girls, and the girl at the distribution center, love her. Okay, but I want to show you. Okay, this is, right? This is where my hand ends. And then, so I'm going to put mine here just in comparison. I know it doesn't look that big, but look at how long the fingers. I wonder if he had them custom made. I wish he would have had him sign this. I wish I would have had him sign anything. I don't think we were allowed. I don't know. It was maybe frowned upon? I don't know anymore. So long ago. But the other thing was that people would take these catalogs as like souvenirs, because it was a great little free blurb about us, which was nice. I don't know how much it cost us to make, but it had like a lot of great pictures of Michael. Okay. I mean, whoever put this together, this part was really great. Okay. And then, like, right here, let me fold it down a little bit. Right here, over here were these t-shirts. These were, like, a great souvenir. Because on the front it said drive, and there was a picture of him, swinging a drive. And then, fly was the Jordan logo. It shows him, like, in mid-dunk or whatever. Those flew out the door, like, constantly. I might even have one somewhere. And then the other great thing was golf balls and such. And then right here, I don't know if I can get close enough without it blurring. Doop. Come on, camera. It is a basketball golf ball. It came in keychain form. That's the one I had. But I pretty much gave a sleeve of these to every man that I've ever, that is a friend or family member. Probably has a sleeve or at least a orange basketball. And I probably have one somewhere. Couldn't find one before the episode, so I was kind of sad about that. But I have to tell you, it was a very fun, fast-paced place to work. I mean, we kicked ass there. It was just, I don't know, I just had the best time. The celebrity part was probably the most fun. Like, you didn't know who you were going to meet what day. And so that was always a great thing to ask, like, another employee when you'd come in. He's like, all right, did you meet anybody? Did anybody come in? So, yeah, that was a good time. Good time. And then I got pregnant with Jordan. I waddled through the airport for 9 months, going through security and everything. Went through my maternity leave and everything, came back for a week, and I said, this is not going to work. Being gone 12 hours a day, I never see my baby. Every time I do, I either have to wake him up to take him to my mother's, or he's already asleep by the time we get home. So that was not going to work for me. So that was the end of the Michael Jordan golf era for me, and I don't think it lasted too much longer as a whole after the championships and him going to the Wizards and all that other stuff. I think probably hurt them in the end. I don't know. I was not there. I'm not going to make any judgment calls. Okay, on to the fun part. Giving you an update on the bunny. and me. And the old fart upstairs. So, last week I was kind of in the downs, and I got rejuvenated with this little episode that Peyton and I come up with. So again, kudos, Peyton. This was a fun episode to do. I got to reminisce. But I want to talk about my bunny. He's doing better, or I'm doing better. Sensei Leo says protege Kristen is she's catching on. I think some days I'm catching on, and then other days I swear to you I don't have a clue. I can come in from somewhere and he'll be in the corner hovering, and then other days when I feel like a bomb has gone off in my house, he'll be laying around perfectly fine, not a care in the world. So I'm going to slowly turn the camera, and hopefully, he's not going to move, because every time I move, I feel like he does. But I want to give you guys, there he is. You see him sitting on the floor there? Yeah, we just wiggled his butt. Hi, Leo. Can you wink for everybody? Wink. 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 Come on, wink for the people. No? Anyway, two things that I think I told you, he gives me kisses. And I give him a ton. And I lay on his back with my head on his back sometimes. But not heavy. I just kind of lean up against his back. And he lets me. That's kind of our hugs for now. So we're doing better there. I can kind of encircle him with my arms. And he doesn't get freaked out. I lay down with him a lot. I'm trying to get him to wink. Because, yes, I know it sounds crazy. But I have gotten him to wink in the past. And I double checked it, so it's not like I was just making that up. Unless he just had a continual wink of dust in his eye every time I said the word wink and winked my eye. How many times did I say it there? All right, can you see him? I wish he would come over here. Come on, Bubba. What are you doing? Come see the peoples. You don't want to come see the peoples? He's got some breakfast there. He just kind of chills on the breakfast. He doesn't eat it too fast. But he's just, I don't know, like I said, I feel like he's the sensei and I'm the, I said protege, but I don't know even what they call him. Can you say hello to everybody? Come here. No? You don't want to say hello? Okay. Well, I won't hold it on him, but because then I know the minute I move it, he's going to move and just be the cutest thing ever. And as far as me being down, yes, Peyton helped out a lot. Just, I was getting better by the end of that. What the heck? Now it's not going to stay. The end of the episode. I just know that he's been pretty patient with me, and I think I'm catching on some days, and other days I look totally lost. I look into his eyes kind of to determine like what his mood is, and some days like he looks kind of sleepier. His eyes kind of. But when he's scared, his eye really like kind of almost bulges a little bit. So I know that. Yeah. And when he's mad, he thumps just once. That's all it takes, and I leave. If he's mad or upset or scared, and he doesn't want me in his space, he'll just thump once. That's all I need. The first time I needed a couple, but after that, I heard the thump once, and I was out of there. I didn't want to mess up anything I'd already started. But yeah, and as far as me and I'm doing better, getting as crazy as ever. The dog, he is, I gotta tell you, getting sweeter and sweeter every day. I don't know that he's calmer yet, even. Maybe calming down. But for an old fart, who's, I think he's turning 4. I can't think now. 15 this year. Alright, anyway, somebody else do the math. But he's become the sweetest thing. I know he's been in lockdown for the whole time, which I did a calculation on Google. I didn't do the calculation, Google did. And it's 343 days of the only time him going out is to go to the bathroom. And especially now when the snow is crazy, going to the bathroom and coming right back in. And his face keeps falling in the snow. I'm so sad. When he lifts his leg to pee, his face, I'm almost tempted to go out with him and hold his face up out of the snow. Sometimes it just crushes me to see him like struggling. But I've pretty much been in here most of the time with him, so we're driving each other crazy, right? So yeah. That's it in a nutshell. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. I know I wanted to find some more stuff, so maybe someday after I purge some more boxes, I'm on a kick now, so hopefully it'll keep going. Organization. I'm organizing myself. I'm getting to the point where the show is a whole week long preparation, and this one just happened to sneak up on us because Peyton suggested something in the last hour, so to speak. But it is a beautiful day. It's sunny out. So please have a good day. Go do great things. Be your best self. And please live your best blessed life. Thanks for watching. Bye.